My 89-year-old grandmother has dementia. I brought my baby Yoda along for the visit, and she instantly fell in love with it. Now it's hers, and she named it Ladybug. Yo, do you see the way she's hugging that baby Yoda? That's love right there. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to EzPz. I'm your narrator, David the Baker, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/Mademesmile. It's feeling like a good day today. I hope you guys are having a good day as well, and if not, maybe this video can cheer you up. I'm sure you guys are ready for the video, so without further ado, let's go. Steve Irwin's daughter, Bindi, and her husband, Chandler, are expecting a baby girl. The whole family is just so wholesome. Oh, well, that's good for them. Can you imagine when the baby and the turtle meet for the first time? It's gonna be awesome. Men of Reddit, what makes you feel manly? Carrying my sister's kids, 2 nephews and a niece, around. They always ask me to pick them up whenever I see them. So I started lifting weights a couple years ago just so I could continue doing it as they got bigger. It worked out as I intended. I got a lot stronger, and now the boys are 9 years old and I can still carry one of them under each arm. Dang, that's impressive. They love it since their mother can't pick them up anymore, and their happiness makes me feel good too. Aw, a swole heart. So wholesome. No, swolesome. Yeah, that's good. Love thy neighbor. Thy homeless neighbor, thy gay neighbor, thy Muslim neighbor, thy black neighbor, thy immigrant neighbor, thy Jewish neighbor, thy addicted neighbor, thy Christian neighbor, thy atheist neighbor, and thy disabled neighbor. Jesus didn't make exceptions. We don't either. You love to see it. Hi, Sebastian has this phobia, I guess you would call it, of eating alone. He won't eat unless someone is eating in the same room as him. I don't know why, and we've taken him to the vet to see if it's a stomach problem on why he wasn't eating until we started to notice a pattern. Only when you're in the room eating will he chow down on his food. So we put his bowl on the side of the table and he eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner with us. He'll wait till you're seated and eating before he starts his meal. It's really sweet, though we have no idea why he does it. And then someone comments, "What? That's the cutest thing ever! Oh my god!" I mean, what can I say? Cats are mysterious. Elijah Wood. A license plate that says for Frodo. Hey, that's my car. You've made my day, kind sir. Elijah Wood. It's yours? That's amazing. I'd passed you once before and I nearly followed you. Isn't that weird? Usually you would expect it to be the other way around, where the fan follows the celebrity, but nah, not in this case. A good friend Danny showing off her beautiful hair growth after experiencing 6+ years of alopecia. I know she's been waiting for a while to see her beautiful brown hair curls, and they're on their way. Hair growth update, slowly but surely. Oh, that's such good news. It's like when they're excited about it, I get excited about it. It makes everyone feel good. I just love it. In 2007, a dog named Odin refused to leave his flock of goats behind during the California Tubbs fire, as his owner fled to safety. Days later, the owner came back to their property to find Odin survived. He had managed to keep all the goats alive, as well as some small deer that had joined the flock. You see that dog Odin over there? Yeah, that dog's a hero. My mom worked hard today. She deserves a microwaved hot dog. You know what? Yes, she does. You earned it, Mom. As the child's bicycle brakes were not working, he crashes into a man's car, and instead of yelling at him, the man buys a new bike for him. Oh, this is a lovely picture. You can see the man, he's like, "No, take the bike, it's yours." And the kid's probably feeling embarrassed, but also excited. Like, you can just feel this picture. It worked! It worked! My son screamed with joy from his room. I'm teaching him to code Python and left him alone to solve a problem. Me, son, that feeling you had never goes away for as long as you code. This is why programmers love to code. Update. Now he's yelling, "It's not working! It makes no sense!" Me, son, this feeling never goes away for as long as you code. I mean, he's right both ways. Coding is honestly incredible and terrible at the same time. Or at the very least, it can make you feel incredible or terrible. Whenever I make tea for me and my mom, she every time picks up one of the cups which accidentally has a little less tea in it. And it's a kind of love that you can't express in words. My dad loved his birthday cake. I'd give anything for that smile. Excuse me, is that a Jack Daniels cake? Not only does that look good, but as a baker myself, I just gotta say, that's an incredible gift to give for your dad. I mean, look at that smile. This dude is ecstatic. Found this little boy outside my apartment 3 years ago, half starved to death. I let him in, fed him a half-eaten can of tuna in the fridge, and he immediately crawled onto my bed and slept like he hadn't slept in days. 3 years later, I'm so glad I have him. Aw, now that's love. If you're in need of some wholesome content, Robert Irwin helped Bindi's fiance practice the proposal. There's Robert Irwin, and there's Bindi actually being proposed. Chandler nailed it. Big sister holding little sister for the first time. Yeah, that panic and fear on your face, that's not going anywhere. Have fun having a sibling. I became a moth. Dang. I became a butterfly. Dang. What about you, worm? I accepted myself for who I am. Dang. Still suffering from extreme anxiety and agoraphobia, but I went outside for the first time in in years. Still trying to make friends though. Hey, it's all about baby steps. Work your way up to socializing just a little bit and then the friends will come. I promise you that. This makes me so happy. Ellie Goldstein is 18-year-old model with Down syndrome starring in a Gucci beauty campaign in Vogue Italia. This is the type of inclusion the industry needs. Hopefully more brands will follow in the same direction. You know, this is one of those times where you actually feel good about being flexed on. I mean, Ellie is rocking that look. Autism be damned, my boy can cook a grill. Not only does that look delicious, but your dude looks like a pro. Your son's killing the game. Woman adopts elderly dog from shelter and finds out it's actually her long-lost childhood puppy. Aw, that's so sweet. I wonder if the dog recognizes her. I mean, it's been so many years, but still, that's incredible. We Rate Dogs says, oh, come on, we only rate dogs. This is just a little froggo enjoying their walk in the rain. Sorry to bother you, sweetie. Still, 14 out of 10. I mean, really, how could they pass this off as a dog? Clearly, that's just a frog. An oddly furry frog, but a frog nonetheless. My wife's nausea settled down after 4 weeks of pregnancy, and she finally started smiling, so we decided to take pictures with my dog. Hope you guys enjoy. These people make for a beautiful family. She ate pumpkin seeds, pooped them out, and they started growing. Here she is, sitting next to her work. I bet she's sitting next to those plants like, hey, you see that? Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. Our little girl recently started smiling, and it has really helped pull me out of the funk I've been in. I mean, with a smile like that, how could it not? I work at a small family-owned Italian restaurant, and my boss lets me study when we're slow, so he brought me a small pizza and said, snack while you study. I worked a 12-hour shift today, and he fed me 3 times and made me a sandwich to take home. He is an angel walking among us. You see, we need more bosses like this. To be honest, I don't know who's the boss at EzPz. I just get a package at my door every day with a letter full of memes, and also a note that says, read them or you die. So, you know, I'm kind of scared every day, but, you know, we're just gonna go on to the next meme. Fun fact, my cat and I are both blind, so we accidentally run into each other sometimes. But because I'm much louder than he is, when we get close to each other, he chirps to warn me he's there. Actually blind? Thank you for sharing this beautiful solidarity. Someone needs to tell Mark Ruffalo that he's famous. Yo, in every picture, Mark Ruffalo's like, oh my gosh, it's actually the Avengers. Just another reason why he's my favorite Marvel superhero. All the planets. Get well soon. The Earth. Thanks, guys. Ruth Bader Ginsburg amongst her all-male peer group at law school. Rest in power, RGB. You have left a beautiful legacy behind. Truly a formidable force to be reckoned with. So here we have the all-male class, and then boom, there's Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Rest in peace. This Turkish bride and groom chose their wedding banquet to serve food to over 4,000 Syrian refugees instead of throwing a lavish reception party for the guests. Because that's what good people do. You know what? No, not just good people, that's what heroes do. CNN reports, rats can be taught to play hide and seek, and they squeal with joy when they win, scientists have found. So if you can teach a rat to play hide and seek, I wonder if you could teach a rat to cook. You know what? Someone should make a musical out of this. Not sure if this belongs here, but I'm 16, and I've always wanted to be a florist and love making bouquets. My store manager at the grocery store I work at promoted me to the floral department. Here is my first bouquet. Not the best or fancy, but I did it, and it makes me smile. Not the best or fancy? Screw all that, it's beautiful. You did a really good job, and you should feel proud of yourself. 14 months and 115 pounds later, she's happy now, and it makes me smile every day. Cause when it comes down to it, you could love her at this size or you could love her at that size. But it's the fact that she feels happy about herself that matters. That right there is the true magic. Dogs are welcome in this hotel. We never had a dog that smoked in bed or set fire to the blankets. We never had a dog that stole our towels and played the TV too loud, or had a noisy fight with his traveling companion. We never had a dog that got drunk and broke up the furniture. So if your dog can vouch for you, you're welcome too. From the management. You see, now that's a pretty cool rule. I just want to apologize to any neighbors that are missing a rack of ribs. Our dog escaped and came back an hour later with this. What? How did this dog find this? I know somebody is both angry and confused. They're sitting at the barbecue like, no, I swear there was a rack of ribs. I left it right here. You guys gotta believe me. Just found out that the dude who invented goldfish crackers made them in the shape of a fish because his wife was a Pisces and he wanted to make something for her. Love is stored in the goldfish cracker. The snack that smiles back. Wii Sports Resort. When we got a Wii, we made an avatar/me for each member of our extended family. My dad died soon after at age 86. Our daughters will be cycling along in the game, and then I'll hear, there's Granddad, as he'll have popped up by the side of the road waving. Granddad's me is often on their Wii basketball team, and it's awesome apparently. I can imagine the kids just wide-eyed looking at Grandpa like, Grandpa just dunked a basketball! That's so cool! Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. Ain't that the truth? This is my first vacation being sober in almost 5 years, and my sister and nephew came up from Georgia for the week. I haven't been this happy in a very long time. Hey, well, enjoy the week with your family and make sure to live it up. Man, I used to work with a crackhead. My boss hired him after finding him dumpster diving. So long story short, he would do all the stuff that nobody else wanted to do. Anyway, one day he was dusting off the ceiling fan and fell off this full-size stepladder and landed on the concrete floor. And he got up like nothing happened and continued dusting the fans. Other interesting notes about this guy, he would cut the toes off of his old shoes and use them as slides. One time he ate a grilled chicken sandwich that had been sitting out for at least 48 hours. He had an LLC set up by his boss so that he didn't have to pay taxes. Cool guy, honestly. After a while, we hadn't seen him in a few months, and it turned out he had gotten sober, was working at a Goodwill, and had started going to school again. Anyway, shout out to my dude Ridley. Yo, Ridley sounds like a boss. My 87-year-old grandfather recently got a Facebook, and this is the first thing he sends me. Hey, Courtney, just wanted to let you know that you're not the only one in the family with graphic art talents. And then a picture of this absolutely drop-dead gorgeous duck. I'm sorry, Courtney, but Grandpa, he showed you up. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Our cat Larry was adopted 3 months ago and sometimes has a hard time fitting in with his new brothers. He was never allowed to explore his backyard in the past, so his hunting skills are a bit new. Yesterday, he brought the family his first catch. It was a leaf, and we are all very proud. Bro, the way the other cats are looking at the leaf, they're like, what? And Larry's just sitting there like, yeah, aren't you guys proud of me? Whoa, why are you looking at me like that? 8-year-old boy beat stage 4 brain cancer at Tennessee Hospital. This just goes to show you that anything is possible. You know, you can overcome the odds. This kid is a legend. I have this huge ex-military biker guy neighbor who is like 80% handlebar mustache and has a ponytail halfway up to his ass. And him and all his huge biker guy friends all have tiny dogs and special motorcycle seats for them to sit on their bikes. And my favorite thing is when they all come roaring in on their bikes and take their tiny dogs out of their little studded leather safety carriers. There is this loud cacophony of kissy sounds and full-blown baby voices like, was that fun, sweetie? Who's my handsome boy? This is a gang of Hagrids. Aw, that sounds delightful. You know, a lot of people would be afraid to interact with their biker guy neighbor, but after hearing this, like, how could you not want to talk to him? He got drunk and emailed his teacher. His teacher actually responded, Mr. Martin, just letting you know that you're a motherfucking G, and I'm sorry that you're bald, lol. If you want, I can hook you up with a girl who can get your hair back and keep you banging. Also, I need to ask you for an extension on my paper. I'm really right now and will be sick as tomorrow. Keep slaying, boy, and I forgot to do the school loop again. Love you and see you Monday. Good yard, Patrick Davidson. Sent by iPhone. And here the professor responds with, Patrick, sounds like you had a great night. I will extend your paper deadline to Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. It must be submitted to turnitin.com. Please refer to my syllabus for information on how to submit your paper. I appreciate your concern for my bald head. My wife likes it, and I don't get paid enough to get hair implants. On a side note, what were you drinking last night? Next time you email me, I'd like a bottle of whatever you had so I don't have to remember what you said. Good yard, Mr. Martin. Not gonna lie, this teacher sounds pretty chill. Video chatting with my uncle and his new husband due to corona. Took him 60 years to come out. Well, 60 years is unfortunate, but at least he gets to live the rest of his life happy and as the person he wants to be. Kudos. Update. Week 2 of letting my first graders pick my makeup look. Now, I remember the first time they touched up your makeup, and this is no different. It's just as incredible, just as creative, and honestly, it's just as heartwarming. During the film Matilda, Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, Matilda's parents, took Mara Wilson, Matilda, on fun outings to help her cope with her mother's battle with cancer. DeVito also ensured that her mother saw the film months before its release, before she died. You know, I'm really glad they were able to hold it down for Mara Wilson. I mean, losing a loved one while also trying to be the best actor you can be in a film, that's pretty hard to do. So I'm really glad that Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman came in clutch. One of my favorite secret, well, not so secret anymore, joys about my apartment is watching people bring their dogs to the tennis court next door to free run within the fence, but comment, oh no, we forgot a ball. Well, guess who bought a bunch of old tennis balls for that purpose? I throw them from my upper floor apartment window and they go over the fence and land in the center of the court, and then bounce really high so that there is no mistake that someone just now threw them. Then, I hide in the window and watch. The people say that the tennis ball came from heaven. They say that it materialized from thin air. They can't figure it out. The dog and people have a great time and play and then go home. Just before they leave, the owner looks around and up at the sky in wonder. Usually the pupper gets to take home their present from the sky like a trophy. No one is the wiser. It's the best. Bats locate their food using sound. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Oh crap! I love you. You're probably thinking, you don't even know me, but if people can hate for no reason, I can love. You know what? I respect that. I'm sober for 5 years. I have a job as a certified chemical laboratory assistant in my own apartment. I'm I'm over my ex now, and this is my first summer in years without depression and panic attacks. I love myself, and this is my honest smile. Ayo, look at this dude. I believe they call this in the streets, killing the game. How could you not be excited for him? Hello, I'm a white atheist woman, but I strongly believe that everyone has the right to practice their religion in a safe place no matter what their religion is. I'm sorry for any negativity you may have experienced because of ignorant fear-mongering. Where there's hate, there is a greater amount of love, and you are loved. I know that $20 isn't much, but I hope it helps with something. Arabic writing? I'm sorry if this is incorrect, but I wanted to try. It's meant to say best wishes in Arabic. You know, it's so feel-good and sweet. I feel like I get diabetes every time I go through these videos. Does anyone remember this legend? The greatest Walmart employee, Shane? Shane, quit offering extended warranties on the fried chicken. Management. Shane, stop putting some assembly required stickers on 8-piece chickens. Shane, any free samples you offer must come from the deli department, not electronics. Management. Shane, stop asking, is that your final answer? And offering to let them phone a friend after each order. Management. Shane, stop putting stoner approved seals on the fried chicken. Management. Shane, when a customer asks where to find a product, give them an aisle number, not directions to Albertsons. Management. Shane, quit putting price tags on the deli equipment and trying to sell them to customers. Management. Shane, stop putting out samples labeled mystery meats. Management. Shane, stop implying Walmart keeps the good stuff in the back. Management. Shane, I don't know what swinecraft is, but ham cannot be sold as a building material. Management. Shane, the deli is not an appropriate setting to practice your ventriloquism. Please stop making puppets out of the paper bags. Oh, that's kind of cool. Shane, stop putting on multiple name tags and pretending to have a personality disorder. Management. Okay, everyone, I think we have officially found one of the maddest lads out there. Props to Shane. A high school junior stayed on a Zoom call after my final class today. He said he just wanted to do a vibe check on his teachers. Like, you're all checking in on us, but who's checking in on you? Aw, it's so sweet it makes you want to cry. This Florida State football player, Travis Rudolph, spotted this little boy sitting alone during a visit with the team to a middle school. He went over on his own to sit with the boy. When his mother found out, she wrote a tear-jerking thank you letter. This little fella is autistic and doesn't have many friends, so it made his day. I saw a snippet about this on ESPN, and I have seen nothing about it on Facebook. Let's make more of an effort to spread positive things like this. Yeah, because who doesn't want to hear these feel-good stories? Thinking about the time, they sent me a 7-year-old autistic patient to investigate if he was suffering abuse because in every psychological test, he kept drawing awful monsters. And I start the consultation already miserable as frick, and I give the kid some pen and paper so I can maybe communicate and see what's on his mind. And then I go, wait a gosh darn second, I know those monsters. Turns out the kid just had a special interest in Five Nights at Freddy's. I pointed to the monster and went, that's Freddy! And I've never seen a kid that ecstatic in my life. The mom looked at me as if her son and I belonged to the same satanic cult, and that's why I knew the names of the demons in his head. I wrote back to psychologists like, I'm not sure how to explain this, but looking up Five Nights at Freddy's might bring you progress with this patient. At some point, the nurses realized the autistic children and I were like really vibing, so they decided to high-key just appoint all of them to my day, and it took me almost a month to realize that the fact that I kept arriving and finding all of today's appointments were autistic children was not a coincidence. Anyway, this one time, there was a kid who was really into Christianity, but it was like, specifically angels. So I'm trying to start up a conversation with him, and I ask him what he's reading, and he goes, do you know what a Nephilim is? And like for one hellish second, my soul is sucker punched out of my body and thrown straight into supernatural fanfic on Wattpad hell. And then I resume control of my flesh prison, ignoring the mental edits of Dean and Cass making out, and go, aren't those the guys who are half human and half angel? And the kid was so freaking happy, but the mom was staring at me like, why are you privy to this bit of occult Jesus lore? And my heathen lesbian of a self just looks at her and goes, I love Bible. Wow, if that was not a mouthful. I'm not gonna lie, I personally don't like supernatural, but you know, if it made this kid happy, it's a great story, alright? We're gonna keep moving. Unfortunately, when it comes to feel-good stories, that's actually the end of our video. If you all did like the video, make sure to leave a like down below, and don't forget to press the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of all our EzPz uploads. You know me, I'm your host David the Baker, and I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day, try your best to enjoy life, and be the best you can be. Peace out and 3 thumbs up.